And now I am very excited to welcome our keynote speaker, Grassie, the head coach of Marshall University's men's soccer team and the 2020 national champions. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Coach Grassie.
Hi, is this thing on? Can everybody hear me? I can use my outside voice if you want me to. Don't need these microphones. It's a great pleasure to be here and great pleasure to see so many young faces who are paying attention. I always think that's such an important thing when you're looking at those great speakers, Michaela and Brian Castle. Great to see what they had to say, great to hear what they had to say, and success. I think both of those people will definitely give you something to aspire to. And I love the fact that they both, without saying it, they're both about excellence, right? They're both about being the best they can be, making their business the best business it can be, being the best teacher they can be, having the best interactions with the community, right? And I think that's what sort of my part of this sales pitch to you, right? We want to attract West Virginia youth. We want to attract excellence here. And in our program down at Marshall has been excellent, but only because we forced it to be that way. We strove to make it that way. We said from day one, we're in sports, right? And if you're in sports and you're not trying to win, what's the point? Nobody wants to join a mediocre team. Nobody wants to be average. When I grow up, I want to be average, right? No, that's just not the stuff that dreams are made of. And even if we fail to win a national championship, and I hope we go on to win many more, but even if we failed, we were striving to do that. We set that goal in front of us. So I'm going to tell you a couple of stories, and then I'm going to give you the secret sauce. And I'm going to tell you how we made our culture of excellence, piece by piece. And I'll give it, what I try to give the gift. Obviously, we coach soccer, right? So there's probably not that many soccer players in here. Is there any soccer players at all? Anybody kicked a soccer ball ever? 18 people, okay. Fantastic. So the tactics piece, that's not of interest to you, right? Like how we go about, all the things we're looking for from a soccer player in recruitment, that's not interesting to you. But one of the things that I want our student athletes to take away when they leave is our secret sauce, our culture of excellence and how to put it together. And I think we have many players who go on to be pros. We lost 6 from the national championship team that are all playing professional now, which is a great sort of feather in the cap for our community. But we have lots of players who are going to be engineers, they're going to be doctors, they're going to be business leaders. And what I want them to do is take away that same secret sauce, that same culture of excellence, and be able to impose that on their business, on their practice, whatever it may be. So they have those building blocks. So I'll tell you the West Virginia story. So this is this weekend. So I had a former assistant of mine, Coach Alex. He left West Virginia. He was a Marshall grad school graduate. He was here for 8 years, and I actually inherited him from the previous coach. And he had big dreams, and I wanted to give him a chance because the program when I took over Marshall, it was faltering. And basically what you want to do at that point is get rid of as much of the dead wood, as much of the things that are going to hold you back as possible, try and get to a clean slate, and then recruit and build from there. But Alex had great potential. After 2 years with our program, so he stayed with us 17 and 18, he wanted to move to a bigger city. So he went to Columbia. He was an assistant coach. We lost him, assistant coach at Columbia. And then he went to New York City. He's from the DC area. Wanted to go back to a big city, wanted to kind of have that experience, Columbia, with everything that an Ivy League school would offer. He left at the end of 2018 season. In 2019, we went to the NCAA tournament for the first time. We won the first college regular season, the first conference USA regular season, the first conference tournament, and he missed that. And then obviously in 2020, we had the delayed season in 2021, and we won a national championship. We also won the conference again, and he missed that. Having dinner at my house Monday, he's just taken a job as the head coach at Northern Michigan University in Marquette, which is, if anybody knows a map of Michigan, it's in the Upper Peninsula. It's 4 hours north of Green Bay, if that gives everybody an idea what it is. But the biggest thing that he missed, he just got West Virginiaized. He got used to such a tight, wonderful community. He missed that, having access to the community, having relationships, having trust with the community, that people aren't there to stab you in the back, people aren't just looking out for themselves. And that's one of the things that he missed. He missed Huntington, he missed the Marshall community, and he wanted that elsewhere. So he left New York, and he went to another small community up in the Upper Peninsula because he felt like he made the wrong choice. You know, he went where he thought he should be going instead of trusting himself and realizing what he was missing here. So that's, for you students looking to move away to go somewhere else, you can apply your talents here, and you can have so many benefits of these relationships. And that I hope you're all creating in this room. I hope you take the opportunity to network and meet some people, because people will help you. People will remember you, because people remembered me. You know, you pay it forward. And my old coach got me the job at Charleston. My old coach from college, I went to Alderson Brothers College in Philippi, West Virginia. I think it had one traffic light. But my coach from there helped me get the job at Charleston, and that got me the job at Marshall, and that got me a national championship. And so people pay it forward, and that's what I hope you guys do. The second story I wanted to tell you is a bit of a fable. It's not my story, it's one I've taken. With my student athletes, I tell them every day, you have two jobs. Be the best student you can be the best athlete you can be. I don't care about your social life, I don't care about you going out and partying and having a great time. And I think you've got to put your focus in while you're here is being the best student you can be, being the best athlete you can be. That's your title. You're a student athlete, right? So if you're a student, I think the best thing you can do, right, is be the best student you can be. That's going to be on your CV. I was a student, right? So you might as well try and be the best student that you can be, because I'll give you a little secret here. There's no ladder for a job, for a career, for a life. There's no ladder. There's no way to say, well, I'm going to go work at Walmart, and I'm going to work my way up to supervisor, then manager, then I'm going to be regional manager, then I'm going to be vice president of the Northeast operations, and then I'm going to be the president of Walmart. I think anybody will tell you in here, life doesn't work like that, right? But there is a path. There is a path to success, right? And I think that path, as long as you put the work in, as long as you are passionate about it and you're going down that path, given, let's say, Spanish class is on that path for you, and you give Spanish class your A+ effort, that's going to reward you. Whether you like Spanish, whether you're not, whether you're good at it, whether you're not, right? That you putting your best effort in that is going to reward you. And that path, if you continue every step on that path with that passion, it's going to take you where you want to be, right? And so I tell a story to my team every year, right at the beginning of each year. And it's a fable. And I actually happen to be having a house. I've just bought a house and I'm having it renovated. So I hope this story holds true. I'm going to have to tell it to the developer when I get back. But there's a famous real estate architect, developer in Japan. And they've got their #1 architect, designer, house builder working for them. And he goes to them after a long career and he says, I want to retire. I need to be done. I need to hang up my boots. I need to be done. I need to put down the tools. I need a rest. I need a vacation. They say, well, can you give us a year? Can you give us a year to find your replacement and adjust the company and get us set up for your retirement, because you've been the star. You know, we're so thankful for what you've done. We just need some time to figure out our corporate structure and get the people in place to take over from you when you go. And so he does that. And it takes a little bit longer than a year, and they tell him, you know, we're ready, we have your successor, we're ready to go. But before you go, we need you to do one more project for us. And he's like, oh, I don't want to do it, come on. I want to retire, I want to go. And they said, please, just one more project for us. But we need it to be the best house you've ever built. We needed to have everything that you could possibly think of to put in to make this the most efficient, the most comfortable, the most lovely home that you could have. And he's like, fine, I'll do it. But because he's frustrated and he wants to leave, he cuts corners a little bit, and he lets some of the apprentices just run wild a little bit, and he doesn't maybe get the best stone for the floor. He gets the most convenient stone, saves a little bit of money here. Bit by bit, he goes through the process, and he doesn't do his best work. He does mediocre work, right? And it's still good house, but it's not a great house, and it's not the best house he's ever built. And so he said, goes to the company, all right, I'm finished this house. You guys take it off me, sell it, whatever you need to do. I'm done and I'm out. I'm retiring. And the company said, well, we just wanted to thank you for all your best work, and we wanted to thank you in front of the best house that you've ever built, because that's our gift to you. And so now he's retired, and he's got this house that he hasn't really put the effort into, and it's not really the best house he's built. And the lesson that I try to tell my student athletes is, you are always building your own house. Right? You're always building your own career. You're always building your own personality. You're always building your own character. Every decision you make, you know, if you try and cheat a corner and nobody sees but you, you're building your own house all the time. And so that's something I always try to leave them with, so their effort in their, when they need to get fitter, because soccer's a sport we run crazily, right? When they need to get fitter, they have to do that work on their own before they come in, right? They have to put the work in. Some players are naturally super fit, and they can dog it, and nobody would know except for them. And so we try and instill that. Okay, I'll jump on. I'll try and give you the secret sauce now, as promised. So there's 3 things that we look for in building this culture of excellence when we're recruiting student athletes into our program, besides all the soccer stuff. We want to have positivity, right? We want to look for positivity in them. That doesn't mean we need them to be happy, bouncing off the walls all the time. We need them to be solution-oriented, right? Soccer's a game of problems all over the field, right? We need them to be trying to find solutions constantly. So they're positive. They have a positive, solution-oriented mindset. We need passion from them, right? We take them back to when they were kids, and you know, most soccer fans all over the world, they'll have that World Cup, or they'll have that soccer team that they support. They'll have the family that they watch play. We want to see their passion for the game and their passion for being part of a team. And those are the things that we look for. And the last thing we look for is sort of respect of diversity. We have a massively multicultural team. We've got players from Europe, from Germany, from South America, from North America, from Asia. We take players from all over the world, and we see that as a massive strength. Right? There are many, many different ways to look at a problem, and I can only look at the problem, no matter how open-minded I am, I can only look at the problem through my upbringing, through my experiences. But somebody from Brazil or somebody from Ghana may look at a problem from a different angle, from their experiences, and they might see a solution that I just can't see. So we all have to be open to living in that kind of environment and see the strength immediately of having different opinions and having different belief systems and having different histories, right? Because we're all connected. In soccer, we call it the soccer diaspora. In soccer, we all have Pele, Maradona. You might not know who those guys are, but we have Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, and the guys all play FIFA. And those are the things that connect us and join us right away. And so we take the things that connect us and we take the things that make us different, and we respect that. And that's the requirements. So that's what we look for coming in. Now I'll give you the 4 championship behaviors. These are the only things, the only behaviors that we ever talk to our guys about, right? We think these are the 4 most important things in building a culture of excellence. And these are the things we want them to take away with them. Humility is the first one. We want them to have a growth mindset. We don't want them to be humble to the opposition, to bow down, oh, you guys are Indiana, you guys are so much better than us. No. But we want them to know, just as I know, I'm not the best coach I can be. I can be a better coach. I'm not the best coach in the world. I'm not the best version of myself. I want to get better every day, every year. I'm fearful of what other teams, other coaches are doing. We've got to work harder. We've got to have that mindset to grow. And we've got to be humble about it. So that growth mindset, that humility. The second one is intensity. And as I talked about at the beginning, intensity in 2 things. Be the best student you can be, and be the best athlete you can be, and be intense and show up and work really hard and put your best effort into those things. Because that's your identity. That's who you are. That's what people judge you on. We say if there's an award to win, academic award, if there's a trophy to win it. Be a champion. Team trust is a big one. Right? We have to trust each other, whether it's on the field to do your job or whether it's to walk your girlfriend home. You got to trust one of your teammates to walk a girlfriend home at 2 o'clock in the morning. You have to trust that, you know, nothing funny is going to happen there. We have to live in an environment of trust, and so that's a big one. That's a big one for us. And then the last one is grit. We have the transfer portal. You probably read about these days, but we have lots of avenues for student athletes to bail. They can quit, they can transfer. So we want those three other attributes, humility, intensity, and team trust, we want those to be pushed with grit over a 4 or 5 year career. And that's what makes you successful. And then there's three things, I'll leave you with this, there's three things that we aspire to. It's not like we can say we need this, but we aspire to it. We aspire to excellence. We want to be champions. We aspire to that. We aspire to bravery, right? Because bravery is not something you can just have. You have to be presented with a tough situation, whether it's playing in a national final or whether it's a terrible tragedy at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday that you have to go deal with your family and be strong. We want you to be brave. And then the last thing we aspire to is joy. We play sports. Like, it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be a good time. So we aspire to those three things. So I hope you can take the requirements, the championship behaviors, and the aspirations, and I hope you can use them in your own business and walk of life. Thank you very much.